Wildcats, how would you summarize your tenure at Poplar Bowl, which is also your alma mater?
I'll just say very rewarding, first and foremost. Coming down here as a student athlete in early 2000s, I've said this many times before, Pearl River made such a lasting impression and is still making an impression on me both personally and professionally. Coming down here playing basketball, being a member of a state championship team, and now getting the opportunity for my name to be etched in the record books as a head coach at a place that means so much to me. It's just very rewarding, very rewarding.
So you have a reputation of being a high-energy coach who uses the power of positivity. Where does all that come from?
Well, I think I'm an overcomer. My life story, to lose both parents by age 17, and I had great parents. I had a great upbringing. I was taught hard work, respect, treating others the right way, valuing relationships. But I just don't have time to pout. I don't have time to be negative. I still want to make my parents very proud of the decisions and the career path that I've taken, but I also want to make sure that I carry on my family name, and I owe that to my family, those that have came before me. But I just feel like in this world you get one chance, and I learned that at a young age, and I had to grow up at a very young age and understand the importance of responsibility, discipline, accountability, just working hard, and also being grateful and being blessed. Tomorrow's not promised to us, so we got to take today and make the best of it. And I preach that to our girls each and every day. So I think also both my parents had a fun, outgoing personality. I definitely picked that trait up from both of them. But I don't wake up and have a bad day. I'm always in a good mood. I'm always energetic. This is who I am. I sometimes joke and say that I wake the alarm clock up.
When you're recruiting, what's the sales pitch to kids who maybe have interest in a lower level 4-year school in JUCO?
Well, I tell them just the same thing, and I mean this, is I want what's really best for them. And sometimes kids get overlooked and they don't get the proper exposure because of AAU basketball, which is where the market has turned for recruiting abilities. Back in the day, people used to recruit by a newspaper. Now everything's being recruited by the internet, by these big AAU events. So some student athletes, some girls, they're just not able to get the proper exposure. But I also want to climb that mountain with our girls. I don't want to be that coach that's telling them, climb, keep climbing, keep climbing. I want to climb with them. I'm just as hungry for them to reach their goals as they are. And that's really important. I tell them that each and every day. Well, I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to demand your best because I want you to reach your true potential. I know what's inside of you because I had coaches that pushed and challenged me, and I was able to play college basketball. I had to do my part, but I also had coaches that were very supportive, that demanded excellence from me. And we do the same thing with our girls. And I tell them there's never a day that you can miss an opportunity to get better. Greatness doesn't choose you. You choose greatness.
All right, let's look back at last season. Your team continued to make progress and qualified for the state tournament. How would you summarize the 2019-20 season?
Just, hard-working girls, a little bit of bitterness from the year before in terms of making the playoffs and looking for that first postseason win. But, according to our stats, I think that last year making playoffs in the first time in back-to-back seasons in 25 years, and that speaks a lot to the credit of our girls from buying in. They locked in and they wanted to stay in and see the results. We had a phenomenal sophomore group. We had some great freshmen last year, but just that group that graduated and those girls that have went on to play at the next level did a phenomenal job of doing exactly what we asked them to do each and every day. And for us to have some success and do something that has not been done in 25 years, that was a great motivating tool, and we've continued to be able to build from that. But very rewarding for those players to see the benefits from their hard work, and that paid off.
What has preparation been like for the 2021 season?
I think it's uncharted territories for every coach, for every student athlete, for every trainer, for our teachers. This is not just a athletic based. COVID is not just, it doesn't have favorites. It's spreading every day. So number one is just making sure our student athletes are healthy, making sure our coaches are healthy, following the health guidelines, making sure our campus is healthy. But we know one thing I do think that it's heightened to make sure that we enjoy every day, every rep, every practice, because we're not guaranteed tomorrow, from a quarantine standpoint to someone. And obviously this has hit home with a lot of our families. We've had players on our team that COVID has hit their families really hard and been devastating in some sense. So this is something that we understand. We don't take lightly. So we're adjusting and adapting each and every day.
What are your expectations for this year's team?
I just want to see us continue to grow. We have such a new team, a unique team. We've got a transfer, but we got a lot of freshmen, and then we've got some returners. So we've got a little bit of a blend, but we're still a young team. We have 3 girls from last year that had some experience and meaningful minutes that understand how tough South Division play is. We always joke and say football, this is the mini SEC. For football, but I think it's the same as it relates to basketball. And this year we're playing only a South Division schedule. There's no preparation games. There's no easy games on our schedule. We have a great amount of respect for every opponent and every member of the South Division, and we know how tough it is each and every night to go out there and compete against some really well coached teams and good players as well.
Talk a little bit about your group of returners this year.
They know what is expected. They've laid the foundation. There's been a lot of maturity. Lana Turner, Brianna Miller has made a lot of growth in maturity. Tay has probably been, and I mean this, in my 6 years here, has probably been the most consistent player I've coached. She's been consistent every single day. You know what you're getting from her. You're getting a winner. You're getting someone that believes in the coaching staff. She believes in our scheme offensively and defensively. She takes coaching the right way. We talk about coaching or criticism and feedback really are the same thing. It's just how you take it. Tay is her drive to be great is second to none. So she's someone that started for us last year. She earned the right to start. She's someone that I count on, and she's also someone that I really expect for her to have a big sophomore year. I want her to have a big sophomore year. And then lastly, she's earned the right to have a great year. She's paid her time. She's paid her dues. She's learned under some great ones with Lana Smith and Pooh Lindsay, and I think she's definitely hungry and eager to get on the court and show what she's capable of.
You have a large freshman class coming in with 7 true freshmen and a redshirt. What does this group look like in practice, and who has stood out so far?
Looks like a group that's very hungry to learn. They're eager. They're very receptive to coaching. Their attitudes are great each and every day. I would say that all of our freshmen have been contributing. From our out-of-state players, Brandy Scott, Rodney Tumblin have been unbelievable. They continue to get better each and every day. Every rep, I'm seeing growth there. We added some inside presence. I would say Markavia Shavers and Brianna Taylor are extremely powerful rebounders. Their skill set is really good. They know how to score with the ball on the block. They know how to play really well with their back to the basket. Kashanti Nichols is also another hybrid active wing/forward who runs the floor extremely well. She's a high-energy girl, brings spark and excitement when she's on the court, both offensively and defensively. So it's been. Ty Reed is a point guard that suffered a season-ending injury with a torn ACL at the end of her freshman year. She just started practicing as we come back, so she's continuing to get more comfortable with that knee and will continue to make progress as well.
Lastly, this year will be different in a lot of ways due to the pandemic. What has been your message to your players regarding everything going on and how they responded?
I just say we have to stay together. I think ability allows you to win the first, second, and third quarter, but your character and your togetherness and your mental toughness will be what separates you in the fourth and overtime. So that's one thing that we've really been preaching is, hey, first, second, and third is going to be about ability, but that fourth quarter, that's going to be about our character, our togetherness, and also our mental toughness. So if we make sure that we do everything we're supposed to do every single day, then we'll get the right outcome. So it's really just making sure that we understand the importance of every day, every practice, making sure we're following the health guidelines as it relates to staying healthy so that we can participate and play in the games that we're allowed to play.
Okay. How much of a learning curve was there coming from Leake County to the NACCC?
At first it was very tough because at Leake County we didn't do half of the things that we do here at PRCC. College is way different from high school. It's very different.
How did the team get through the fall?
I think we made it through because we knew where we were going to get to play eventually, so we used it as motivation to just keep going because we knew we were going to play eventually.
Who has impressed you in practice?
Rodney Tumblin and Brandy Scott have been very impressive. Rodney, she's a tough player. She goes 100% at all times. And Brandy, she's different because in high school she didn't run the point guard position, and now I feel like she's taking that role and she's running with it like she's doing great.
What's it like playing for Coach Fletcher?
Oh, it's great. It's amazing. He always pushes you to be the best you can be. He's never going to lead you wrong. He going to work you. He going to work you, but it's going to be worth it in the end.
What would you tell a high schooler who is considering playing ball at the JUCO level?
I feel like JUCO definitely gets you prepared for Division I basketball. I feel like JUCO is it's just like D1. It's just not a 4-year. I feel like JUCO, it helps you in so many ways, such as just getting you prepared. Even like if you're not ready to go to D1 right now, they're going to make sure you're ready after you leave here.
Every great dream begins with a dreamer. At PRCC, we're going to ask you, so what's your dream? And how can we help you get there? Success comes when you refuse to give up. When you believe that failure is not an option. And when you remember that you can change the world. Wildcats win the race because Wildcats never quit. They never give up. If you're ready to turn your dreams into a reality, come join our Wildcat family, where we are community. We are family. And we are Wildcats. Start achieving your dreams today by visiting prcc.edu. Let's go.